Daniel Jones is joining us, Giants starting quarterback, of course. Good morning. How are you doing?
Doing well. How y'all doing?
We're doing great. This is obviously another system, another coach that you have to deal with and trying to figure out all the nuances of another offense. How's it going so far?
It's going well. We had an opportunity this spring to kind of, learn the bones of it and first, install it for the first time. So we're building off of that, and we've had a good start to camp. A lot of work to do, but we've made a lot of progress and think we're in a good spot.
Daniel, you're a young man. You probably don't even realize all the things that you've been through already in your young career. And it's not really been fair from my perspective. And I think your owners said it when they hired Brian Daboll that they haven't given you a fair chance. Now, I know you have not made one excuse about any of it, but people don't realize just how difficult it is to learn that new system. And it's a new way of calling plays, a new way of nuancing, certain situations where. Have they shown you, like Josh Allen film or any of that stuff, where he is certainly, ran a play a certain way that, Brian Daboll's trying to get you to kind of do some of the same things?
Yeah, we've watched lots of, Bill's film, and, when we install it, that's the film we're watching because, they ran it. But, I think something that Coach Daboll has said a lot, is, we've got different guys. We've got different guys who do different things, who, have different skill sets, bring different things to the table. So, those are the plays, and that's kind of how it's drawn on paper. But once you get out there and you play and you get our guys in the system, it's going to look different. There's going to be different things, different parts to it. And that's, the big part of training camp is going through those, getting the opportunities to run those plays, correct things, and move on.
I remember watching Josh Allen, his rookie year, trying to take on defensive linemen, jumping over people and things of that nature. And I kind of sense that you were trying to do some of the same things, lowering your head and running. What did you learn after your injury last year at how to protect yourself on the field?
Yeah, I think it's all about risk and reward in those situations and understanding when to get down, when, the extra couple yards doesn't make as much of a difference as, taking the hit and risking getting hurt. So, I've got to be smarter there in some situations, and I've certainly, studied myself and studied other guys in terms of getting down in those situations.
And it's got to be tough. Both you guys have done it at the highest level, but when you want something so bad and the ball is in your hands, and on both those plays it looked like, you desperately wanted to make something happen, but then you also have to protect yourself too. That balance is something that's got to be almost impossible to get perfect all the time. When the ball is in your hands, you got a million guys flying at you, but you also need to be like, listen, I got to play 10 more games this season.
Right. Yeah, it gets harder as you get closer to the goal line too.
Yeah, right.
When you see it, and you want those extra couple yards, whether it's a first down or that situation in Dallas trying to score. But there's a bigger picture, and it's a long season, and got to be smart in those situations.
And you're 100%. We're talking to Daniel Jones, quarterback of the Giants. You're 100%. Your neck, everything is fine.
I am, yeah. I'm feeling good and ready to go.
You look a lot bigger than you did last year, and I can see that you're actually shaving now.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
Well, not shaving actually, but
but anyway, maybe you should shave. Yeah. You never know. But I know you're in training camp, so you do have some playmakers around you, Daniel. It sounds like a healthy Saquon Barkley, a healthy Kadarius Toney, a healthy Kenny Golladay. I don't know about the tight end position just yet. There's a lot of young players there, and Ricky Seals-Jones hasn't been in pad yet. But give me a sense of what you see from your wide receiving core and, of course, Saquon.
Yeah, I think those guys have looked really good. I think talk about Saquon and what he brings to the table. Obviously, handing the ball to him and getting him in space in the passing game. He's a dangerous player, and he's had a really good camp. Receiving core has done well also. You got guys with a lot of different skill sets and, bring a lot of things to the table. I think, Wan'Dale Robinson, the rookie's looked really good, and he's a smart player. He brings a lot of quickness, explosiveness, and, Kenny, KT have done a good job picking up the system and getting going. So, we got a lot of people in that room who can make plays and got to get the ball to him.
If Kadarius Toney could become your Tyreek Hill, I think you'd have something there. He's about that fast and about that quick, at least from what we saw last year.
Yeah, he's extremely talented. He's a tough guy to bring down to when he gets the ball in his hands, and extremely dangerous after the catch.
Do you listen to Young Joker's music?
They've played it at practice a couple times. I've heard it.
What do you think?
It's I don't know if it's necessarily my style, but I can see it.
Do the guys give them heat for it when they're playing it, or guys having fun with them, or do they like it?
I think guys just have fun with it. It's cool, and of cool to see that side of him, and he's a talented guy in a lot of aspects.
We hear a lot about the quarterback, and it's got to be his team. And it's got the personality has got to be the guy that everybody believes in. But do you believe right now that this is your team now, that you're the guy, you're the man that's going to lead this franchise?
Yeah, I mean, I feel confident about my leadership role on the team and through the offense. I think we've got a lot of leaders on this team. We've got guys who are willing to step up, who are willing to show the way it's supposed to be done, who are willing to say something when it needs to be corrected. And I feel like I have a big role in that, and I certainly feel comfortable in that position.
What's it like going into a year where you don't know necessarily what your future is going to be next year? This is the first time that you've had to deal with that, no fifth-year option picked up, and you have to think that, depending on my performance this season, I'm either going to be here, I'm not going to be here. I mean, is that something that's in your mind every day?
Not really. I think, my focus is on what we're doing, day to day, and I've said that. A lot of people say that. You try to focus on what you're doing, in the moment and every day, trying to get better. And I think that's true. I think that's the way you got to approach it if you want to be successful and keep your mind where it needs to be. So that's how I'm thinking about it. And we've got a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of work to do. So I need to stay as zeroed in on that as possible.
I know that you're not. I mean, listen. It's today's athlete. It's social media, it's guys like us, it's the media in general that follow you guys on a daily basis. Everybody hangs on every throw. You made some good throws on Saturday night, and you made one, according to everybody else, poor throw that everybody felt like, But people don't understand that you're in a new offense for the first time, going full speed for the first time, and all of those nuances with your wide receivers have to be worked through. The kinks have got to be worked through. The question is, can you work through those kinks quick enough before the regular season starts?
Yeah, I'm confident. I'm confident we can. It's about getting on the same page, me being able to read them, them reading me, and knowing what I'm expecting in certain situations. So, it takes going through it, maybe messing it up a couple times, having the conversations, watching film, correcting it, and moving on. But, we've got time. We've got, it's still early in camp. But that being said, we're the sense of urgency is high, and we're making progress every day.
It's got to be somewhat frustrating having to learn everything all over again. So when John Mara, as Boomer pointed out earlier, he said, we've done everything to try to screw him up. I mean, does any part of you agree with what he's saying about, changing coaches and changing offenses and making a difficult situation even more difficult?
I think I certainly take full responsibility for how I've played, and it hasn't been good enough. We haven't won enough games, and I'm the quarterback. So, I've got to play better, and I realize that. I think, I'm doing everything I can to learn, to improve, and make sure we're in a better position this year to win games. So, that's where my focus is. That's where my head is. But I'm excited about where we are. I'm excited about where we're going. The
amazing thing is I was looking at Josh Allen's stats from last year, 17 games. It's a long season. He attempted almost 650 passes. I mean, that would make me excited. I'd be like, man, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to throw for like 5,500 yards and 50 touchdowns with Kafka and, of course, Brian Daboll calling these plays. You got to be excited about this offense.
I am, yeah. I think there's a lot of opportunities for the quarterback to make plays, and the way Coach Daboll and Coach Kafka, have it structured is, putting guys in different spots, kind of bringing out the best in those guys and moving guys around, keeping the defense on their heels with our tempo, with our formations, with our, all the pre-snap stuff, keeps the defense on their heels, and then, gives the quarterback opportunity to make plays and make adjustments and take advantage of what he sees. So
have you seen some of the contracts that have been handed out? Have you?
Yeah. You obviously see that stuff.
And you are sitting right in a position to really set yourself up for the rest of your life. I mean, this is an opportunity that very few get a chance to be able to show everybody that you are the guy, that they're going to invest $300 million in you after this year if you play well under this system, which I would like to think, it's got to make you just motivated beyond motivated to go out there and make those plays that you are capable of making.
Yeah, you definitely see it, but I just love playing football. I love the opportunity to come in and play every day to prepare and play my best. So I'm motivated, but I've always been motivated. I've always tried to work as hard as I can. So, that's not changing, but I love the opportunity. I love being out here.
If you have a good year, we can become best friends. Easily. We'd love to have you on each week, and you can pay us to come on.
Yeah,
seriously.
That's the thing, Daniel, is that everybody sees really good things out of you, and then there's the inconsistency part, and maybe a little bit of the accuracy. How do you overcome some of those inconsistencies?
I think, it's a lot about decision making and, situations that maybe aren't perfect and don't happen exactly the way you expect them to. Being able to, guard against the bad play, or, maybe just throwing it away, moving on to the next play, or taking a sack in a situation where, a turnover is possible. I think, those kind of decisions, just avoiding the bad play and moving on for the next play.
So you think about facing Wink Martindale's defense, and the first thing that pops in your head is blitzing, which I'm sure that you've seen a ton of. So you're going against it every single day. What can Giants fans expect from this new defensive coordinator and this new scheme?
He definitely brings the heat, and that's been good for us on offense. It's challenged our protection rules, and as we're learning this new system, it was frustrating in the spring a little bit. You're getting a new pressure and a new look from the defense, but as a quarterback, keeps you on your heels and keeps you sharp. So I'm excited to see what this defense looks like when it gets out there during the season. But it's gonna be a good group.
Well, Daniel, I wish you the very best of luck. We'll be watching closely. I hope you get that new contract. I hope that you play your ass off for the Giant fans that really do want you to do well. I think everybody wants you to do well, and I think everybody's pulling for you. And they like you because I think they see a little bit Eli Manning, and they see a guy that is a good face of a franchise. You just got to put it all together and just have a big year, and then next thing you know, maybe you'll be here for the next 10 years. That would be great.
Yeah, next year you show up to this interview in your own helicopter.
Yeah,
you just land right here and then pop out and come sit down next to us.
Which we all would love.
Yes, absolutely. So best of luck this year. Good talking to you again.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right.
Daniel Jones on the Fan and CBS Sports Network.